They say time buries all secrets. But what if one city vanished so completely, it erased itself from memory and maps? A city once glowing with power, now nothing, no stones, no ruins. Just a void where history trembles to speak. This isn't fantasy. It's a forgotten truth buried in ancient texts, one so forbidden, its name was cursed into silence. This is not just a city that disappeared. It's a warning carved in absence, in a place no one dares to search. Welcome to the tale of the city that vanished without a trace of mystery, hidden not by time, but by intent. Sit tight, because once we step into this forgotten dust, history will start whispering what it was forced to forget. Our journey starts in the barren plains of Central Asia, where nomads speak of Al-Surith, the city of stars and sound. Al-Surith wasn't built, it appeared, they say. Towers rose overnight, and lights glowed without fire under the cold desert moon. Travelers who reached it were never seen again. Those who escaped babbled nonsense and drew circles in the sand. No archaeologist has found proof. No ruins, no relics. But satellite images show perfect circles buried under shifting dunes. What natural formation has right angles and radial symmetry? Something made that mark. Something intelligent. Documents seized during wars mention a city of echoes that spoke back to Yuan, fed on secrets. Some say it was an experiment, others a prison for something divine. Whatever it was meant to be forgotten. Why erase a city? Perhaps to protect the world, or protect the secret buried beneath its perfect geometry. Legends say the city wasn't destroyed, it shifted. Like a mirage torn from this dimension into another, a tear in space, a cloaking ritual. What if it still exists, between realities, folds waiting for the curious to find it? One scroll speaks of bells that rang without wind, another, of mirrors in the streets that showed futures, not reflections. The deeper you dig, the less you find. As if the past itself is fighting to stay hidden. An explorer in 1932 claimed he found Al-Surith's gate's massive pillars humming with sound. Though no one else heard them, he vanished a week later. All that remained was his journal, soaked in blood and sand, pages torn and charred at the edges. His last words scribbled, "It watches me from mirrors. It knows my true name. It wants silence." What force silences an entire city? Nature, war, or something older than human memory, older than time? Some believe the city was powered by sound, a resonance that shaped matter, bent light, and opened doors between realms. A technology so advanced, it became indistinguishable from magic. A forgotten science hidden in harmonic codes and sacred tones. Even today, strange frequencies picked up over deserts match no known source signals that repeat coordinates with no sender. Researchers who follow the signal disappear or go mad. They speak of dreams shared by strangers across continents. Dreams of towers turning, of skies blinking, of sand becoming liquid and swallowing entire worlds of glass and fire. It single quotes as if the city still breathes underground, dreaming its own return, calling to those who dare to listen. But no government confirms its existence. Why? Perhaps they know. Perhaps they've seen the city and sealed its doors forever in declassified files. There are coordinates blacked out, field reports erased, missions labeled anomalous activity, terminate. People once lived there, people like us. What did they learn? What mistake did they make that caused their own vanishing? Maybe they opened something. Or worse, maybe they became something. Something that could not be allowed to spread. Every civilization believes it is eternal. But what if one truly was, and had to be erased to protect all others? Al-Surith may have conquered time itself, but in doing so, broke a law we were never meant to understand. A survivor's letter speaks of mirrors cracking when lies are told near 'em, of voices that answer before the question is spoken. And yet, all this remains undocumented, unspoken, preserved, only in stories passed, like virus from lips to lips. In secret, there are tribes who won't say the name, Zurath. They believe, saying it aloud, invites the city to find you. What if we're not the ones uncovering the city? What if it's reaching for us again, through dreams, through code, through curiosity? Could it be the first artificial intelligence not man-made, but built by something older, now buried under sand and denial? And now, the desert shifts. Technology rediscovers old frequencies. Maps glitch, coordinates repeat. Al-Zurath is aligning once more. If it returns, will we even recognize it? Or will we walk into it like moths into fire, never knowing? We crossed a line. You might think this is just myth, but myths are just truths too dangerous to be told in daylight. No one wants to believe an entire city could disappear. That's why no one sees the warning signs around them now. How many cities today are one silence away from becoming myths? How many truths have we paved over with denial? This isn't just about a lost city. It's about the patterns we refuse to see beyond, the echoes growing louder every year. Perhaps Al-Zurath is not gone. Perhaps it's under your feet, or in your dreams, or blinking between video frames. The deeper we look, the more we realize some cities vanish, not to be forgotten, but to be reborn at the right time. And when that time comes, no wall, no book, no firewall will keep it from rewriting what we call reality. So next time you hear static, where there should be something slicing, it may be a city calling itself back to life. And if your mirror cracks for no reason, or your dreams loop, or maps don't match, don't ignore it. You might have heard a whisper from the city that vanished, and now it has heard you back. Stories like this are dangerous. That's why they're hidden. But we're here to tell them anyway. Truth buried deep. If you've stayed with me this far, maybe the city wanted you to know. Maybe you were meant to remember. So don't look away now. Subscribe before this story fades, because the next one might already be watching you.